Assassination of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. 30th of January 1948. The Birla House, Delhi. Gandhi left his room and went to attend his regular evening prayers. As he reached the crowd, Godse stepped out forward, and when Godse bowed, one of the girls flanking and supporting Gandhi, Abha Chattopadhyay, said to Godse, "Brother, Bapu is already late," and tried to put him off. But Godse pushed her aside and shot Gandhi in the chest 3 times at point blank range with a Beretta M 1934 semi-automatic pistol. Following are the words of Nand Lal Mehta as recorded in the first information report on 30th January 1948 at 9:45 p.m. Today I was present at Birla House around 10 minutes past 5 in the evening. Mahatma Gandhi left his room in Birla House for the prayer ground. Sister Abha Gandhi and Sister Sanu Gandhi were accompanying him. Mahatma was walking with his hands on the shoulders of the two sisters. Two more girls were there in the group. I, along with Lal Brij Krishna, a silver merchant resident of number 1 Narendra Place, Parliament Street, and Sardar Gurubachan Singh, resident of Timarpur, Delhi, were also there. Apart from us, women from the Birla household and 2-3 members of the staff were also present. Having crossed the garden, Mahatma climbed the concrete steps towards the prayer place. People were standing on both the sides, and approximately 3 feet of vacant place was left for the Mahatma to pass through. As per the custom, the Mahatma greeted the people with folded hands. He had barely covered 6 or 7 steps when a person whose name I learnt later as Narayan Vinayak Godse, resident of Poona, stepped closer and fired 3 shots from a pistol at the Mahatma from barely 2 to 3 feet distance, which hit the Mahatma in his stomach and chest, and blood started flowing. Mahatma ji fell backwards uttering Ram, Ram. The assailant was apprehended on the spot with the weapon. The Mahatma was carried away in an unconscious state towards the residential unit of the Birla house, where he passed away instantly and the police took away the assailant. After the incident, Godse did not run away, but stood at the spot and voluntarily surrendered himself to the police. Now, who was Nathuram Vinayak Godse? Godse was born as a Chitpavan Brahmin at Baramati in Pune district on 19th May 1910 to Mother Lakshmi Godse and Father Vinayak Vamanrao Godse. During his school days, Gandhi was an idol to him. Godse dropped out of high school and became an activist with Hindu nationalist organizations such as the Hindu Mahasabha and the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. Godse left the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh in 1932. He started a Marathi newspaper for the Hindu Mahasabha called Agrani, which some years later was renamed Hindu Rashtra. Following are the few lines by Mr. Godse. I never stole in my childhood, so there was no question of apologizing to my father. I never took a vow of celibacy, as I was already practicing celibacy. I was moving around the refugee camps and helping the destitute with food and clothes. But I did not wander half naked because the refugees were naked. I never spun yarn, never cleaned my toilet, never observed silence till I was hanged. There was only one common factor in Gandhi's life and mine. We were both the cause of each other's death. He wanted to live for his principles, and I was prepared to die for my principles. People always speak about Mr. Godse, but little is known about the man, Narayan Apte, co-conspirator in the assassination of Gandhi. In 1932, Narayan Apte graduated from Bombay University. After obtaining his BSc degree, Apte accepted a teacher's job at Ahmednagar. He was a popular teacher and conducted private classes as well. During his stay at Ahmednagar, he was married to Mr. Fatsare's daughter, Champa. In 1939, Apte joined the Hindu Mahasabha. It was later, in 1944, that Apte and Nathuram jointly launched Hindu Rashtra, a Marathi daily from Pune, for propagating the cause of Hindu Sangathan. The last issue of the daily newspaper was on January 31st, 1948, which carried the news of Gandhi's death and mentioned the name of his killer with Nathuram Godse as the editor.
I regard myself as a soldier, though a soldier of peace.
Why Gandhi was assassinated. On 10th of January 1948, Gandhi began a hunger strike as a means to stop the massacre of Muslims in India. Hindu refugees could not understand Gandhi's compassion for Muslims who were massacring their Hindu brothers and sisters. Gandhi went a step ahead and demanded that India should give a share of its treasury to Pakistan. The treasure which was actually owned by the British ruled India and which was handed down to India by the British. This idea or demand of Gandhi was completely unacceptable to the Hindu nationalist. Gandhi's claim was not unjust as it was mentioned in the partition clause that Pakistan would get a share of the treasure owned by the British ruled India. But the timing can be said to have been a factor which made such a call inappropriate, as Pakistan by then had already started bombarding on parts of Kashmir, and under such circumstances, such a demand would not have been appropriate, as there were other bigger problems which should have been dealt with. Nathuram did not just do this act on the basis of the above facts, but also because of the kind of outlook he had towards Gandhi or his perception of Gandhi's ideologies as well as his principles, which eventually led to the assassination. Some of this is evident from his arguments or his pleadings which were presented by him in the court. Nathuram Godse's thoughts on Gandhi. I was convinced that though Gandhi is called the father of the nation, he delivers his paternal duties not towards India but towards Pakistan. I came to the decision that as a son of the soil, it was my first, foremost, and divine duty to assassinate Gandhi. Trials and conviction. The accused were put on trial at Peterhof, Shimla, which housed the Punjab High Court. Savarkar was acquitted and set free due to lack of evidence. Nathuram Godse and Narayan Apte were sentenced to death by hanging. Gopal Godse was sentenced to life in prison. Digambar Badge was granted pardon and set free for having deposed against his co-accused. Others got less severe punishment or released due to lack of evidence. After the sentences were announced, the packed courtroom echoed to the thundering of spontaneous slogans from the convicts. Akhand Bharat Amar Rahe, Vande Mataram, and Swatantra Lakshmi Ki Jai. Violent incidents took place in Pune, the hometown of Nathuram Godse, and other parts of India. The Maharashtrian Brahmin community was specifically targeted after it was known that the majority of the assassins were Chitpavan Brahmins. Gandhi, a man who lived for the spirit of love, a man who propagated non-violence. Answer to following questions will always remain a mystery. What if Gandhi had lived? Was the act of Nathuram Godse and other guilty justified? What changes would have been brought if Gandhi would have lived? Gandhi saw his death coming. Following are his words 2 days prior to his assassination. If I am to die by the bullet of a madman, I must do so smiling. There must be no anger within me. God must be in my heart and on my lips.